One thing, there's something that it has. Problem is that I am in on the internet to try to contact people from the city hall. I am living in Redlands, California. I need to contact people from City Hall and I need to tell them to the administrator applicable levels this type of formats, or you could suggest this listed and tell them the internal what may be said or believed. The occasional or session that I a movie theater is mine, and I own the theater, and they are holding my keys against me. So I need a mayor to get the keys and do his homework and determine who owns the thing, because I bought it. So anyways, the road ends the road of all roads. Roads are engineered, stopped, stepped, knifed, feathered, and are intertwined and run from the four-product relationship of a guaranteed identity of a common reality of Constitution. The Constitution is a light oratory corporate form of conduction that's an art form of conduction, a series of form in DNA and form of contingencies. So contingencies can consider it as an end report with common restriction. So common restriction can come out in the constitution for a common state. Some point opinion on progressive service can end the state to form specific ideas. One, at the theater, the theater can be an event. It can be an event and a movie time frequency. That movie time frequency control its own option declared unit. So option declared unit. And can intake the volume of imperceptible identities to a control frequent identities. The control frequently is forerun specific identities. Specific identities are suggested in numbers and numbers. I suggested a name called Francisco Antonio Taboada. Francisco Antonio and are suggested the private notes and certificate owners of collections and all the petitions. We want our keys, mayors. And anyways, so to the end of the hallway, the current flow of weight and its atomic energy of high spirit condensation and musical carbon and dioxide, which is fiber, carbon, current, oxygen, white, fiber. So it's white oxygen, fiber, white oxygen. So anyways, the 1.2.2.2.21 of 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. So the one deal that opens up the deal of all deals is that one deal is one deal with another sequence of deals that can 1,295 other deals. So if one deal is the deal of all deals, and one deal will be considered the deal for all deals. One deal is considered the deal of all deals, one deal is considered for all deals. Okay, now look. The theater has a plaque inventory function descendant. Comes from a deal direct format pleasure club. Comes from pub. It's Irish pub. It's Irish pub and it's Irish pub with movie theater. It's Irish pub with movie theater. And it's an Irish pub with a movie theater, and it's a pub that has a movie theater and a restaurant. And a park and a pub and a restaurant. It's called a Scondure. Irish pubs are called Scondures are international. And they are international. And the subject of today's opinion that I'm going to have 1.20810010. I'm going to remodel the whole place. And then I'm going to look at the thing and add everything up and have it like drinks and $6 hamburgers and $7 movie tickets, $4 popcorn, $2 sodas, $1 hot dogs, $2 candies, and Coors Light, and beer and decision, $2 beers. I mean, I'm gonna just cost it down like Costco's and shit, man. I'm cutting down with the prices are cutting down because I just want people to show up. So, anyways, and besides the point of I want 85% of people to be stocked in that place too. I want them to come flocking to my place. But anyways, I'm gonna put down in all halves. I'm gonna put down 3%, 85% of the income statement and available deals, and just gonna make me by day by paycheck by paycheck. And that's the end of the war working out the cemetery laws and printed restriction of the idea of consent value of my conservative way of believing and thinking in an alternative form of a kind of systemization. I make money some other way. Huh. My goodness, let's see that coming. All right. Anyways, no, some other way. Yeah, I thought so. I thought there was a real bar on that one. $3 beer. $3 long ice cheese. It's like just like I make like 80 cents off each one or something. So instead of $10, I make like 85 cents. And get able to show up and just stay for a while. I went to do like 9 hours and shit. Yeah, I was running movies and movie to movie and catching a whole marathon or something. So, I still make more money. The spirits of common station that's on a liquor bar is chopped down to 85%. It's generally a composition reality like Vegas, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. And in the sense of reality of the movies, it's still gonna be a price for movies, but I do have ideas and suggestions, theories on those. But the movie theater and the caution of the one here is down, chopped down 85%, all down 85%. So we have just a legislative summer corner holders, the rest of them we have. AMC's gonna be normal pricing. AMC's gonna be normal standard rich expensive pricing. But the reality of the condition is that this is a server condition yields the price and yields the practice and the abilities. If I could say I opened a door and closed 7, and I have a bill it's conditioned to complementary sensitivities, like the bonds and the utility rises in the currencies of flow and money into the ambitious system of the contracted back system, which is one of the ocean. So if I don't make money one way, I can make money a different way. That's the poor graph point grammar and economic consideration, which is called cumulative consumptive organization and law. That's called half of a core and halfway out. So the composition in the IO prime, the conditions of IO primitive and IO stream. The stream is in pre-IO's ability to connect all 400 parts by 18 parts. If all parts are equal and then they come down to 1% of the 400 and conditions and pays off of all the bills, and that's all that matters to the tuition of the authority of any kind of question and opposition that the pirate no is still gonna make money. You didn't get it, right? You didn't get it. The exam performance current day stated in which the occurrence in stately auditodes. A conversion common lucrative activity conversion dietary pharmacon roget commentary sandstrikes. Stockerones, steakadites, steroids, stickinites, static, stoic, static. So all those things are cash flow, money. But besides the point, I don't really need it. I got money to burn. And our new inner well divided with spread to Hollywood like wildfire. The money to burn idea. It's not. Man, I'm gonna do much. I don't know. It might be too expensive, but I don't want to invest in it. I don't trust this movie. And it's like, I had a movie, I'm flocking to your fucking theater. All right, send them in. Where's the movie at? Okay, what do you mean? It's about sex or flocking in and blacking the Indian people and shit. Whatever. Okay, well, I'm in, I guess. And I get money to burn. I ain't so worried about the money loss. And about $800,000 ain't gonna cost that much anyway. It's just like I got money to burn, and it don't bother me none. I just want to joy. I just want to express myself. I just want to end it on some of the credit reality of. Oh no, I just not. I don't think it'll work and shit. I just said fuck it, and I'm over it. I didn't even think about that. I said fuck it, I'm over it. I'm in. I didn't want to get to those cross patterns. But anyways, I know it's a man production with such a movie, a structural movie that can textual movie that can conduct literal logs and precision sense of monologues and mostly kind of amphitheater time of deactivated sense of real from Dixon. Yep, and I got. And from the improvement sell that product is it was theater time. So in the sensibility, I just bought it out and looked at it. And look at the sensibility of what can make anything more better than money to burn philosophy. I think we have money to burn. We got all the things you can imagine, no stress. But and it goes into deeper realities in that money to burn. Every thought that was a wonderful idea. That's just going to burn. I mean, you got a potential to make assets and deliver and gender realities and attend equity, self-supporting retention, dog program mortals. It goes on. But anyways, the flexibility. I didn't go to college. I wanted to join college in the desert, and I ended up dropping out because I wasn't very good in English. But then I learned a lot of things through my meditation that I can just develop my mind through the patterns of the same philosophy in the book. In the case I still have the book creations, I haven't developed that physically. I never revisited the way to write. I never came up with that idea. It's just the ER square, the certificate lettering and shit. I just know how to write the conventional compounds and research on central material and I didn't and when I get to learn what I do when it's my time to come there. So I don't need the spiritual realm that I am doing it in instead and just go to the highest realm of possible physics. I can take my mind into shifting and everybody's just gonna come up to that same. So then everybody knows how to write books already and all that kind of shit. So they're gonna know how to excel in math and all that shit. And then writing and building formulas and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I got my money from my old inventions and shit. So I bought a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was purchased and whatever they put into it. I know we were building nightclubs, the wall where the banks at and shit, the scissors took, or the Denny's took my lot and shit. That's supposed to be the wall. Supposed to be the wall. That's the club, the wall. The whole property and shit. It's a wall. It's a fence with like a patios on it and shit. It's the wall. I smile. You're gonna get Denny's. I don't think it's safe for you to be in this neighborhood. Anyways, yeah, that's the property from me and shit. Oh, that's sad. I know that's so sad. It's sad. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm gonna take property from everybody else too. Over there and then tear the church down, tear all the other stuff down. How big has it? Red Lips. No stories with floors and shit about high ceilings. Be the same fucking size, from sidewalk to sidewalk and shit. Big old set of cold story building with four half floors and shit. With 30 rooms in my house. It's as big as that one of those 7 cold story we have there. It's the same size. It's my house. But that's my office, that's my house. Like there was a little Spanish church, a little Indian church. I'm taking it. I don't care what the fuck you say. I'm taking it for them. Oh, you guys are shocked with that, huh? Yeah, I bet. That's why I said no. It's my problem. I'm taking it. So in 1.0 over the third and form conditions. You can't do that all the time, so you get away with it. I guess sometimes it's you can buy one in or out, but whatever. I'm a cab. Anyways, the road and I've been spirit. It's had 432 minutes. That fucking nigga come up to me and tell you, oh shit, he said the N word. Jesus Christ. No, you've been bothering me. You're scaring people. And my wife is the goddamn central fucking bank bitch. You coming out to tell me that kind of shit. The nigger shit is that. I swear to fucking God, the nigger gets his head chopped off and shit. And fucking hang him to the tarp of the fucking nigger. That's because I'll give you 10 if you get lost. Okay, sure, fine. Give me a fucking 10. I'll get lost. Nigga, send back. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said you had 20 and shit. When you give me the 20, so I was like, whatever. It's kind of funny, I'll give you 10 to get lost. I ain't got change. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, shit, I ain't got change. Oh, whatever. They don't care. It's all the same. So I'm thinking everybody's hot water shit. And other than that, I'm over it. But anyways, yeah, the story goes on, and everybody gets execution insurance for their husbands and brothers and sisters and daughters. Dead in this shit. Anyways, it all started a long time ago when someone said, I don't care much about anybody but myself. And other than everything was up to date. But anyways, there we are. I'm thinking about the decision of making that $2, $3 drinks and a little oil when people are being there all lushed up 9 hours a day. I'm going to come in the early morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and get here $2, $1. I was over there making 85 cents a bottle. And I have, I could probably pay the server in for industrial system $86 and something. Tell it was like no high. It's kind of therapy reciprocation. You know, it's like it's the same highs in every concept, and that's it matched somehow with the massage therapy at Hyatt Wells, and then the serving kind of bar institute somehow. And I said, okay, they get $100 an hour, and it's social day and shit. It's matched in some way. So, anyways, I'm looking at that, looking at things with subjects and theories and politics, knowing how to defend their reality and break and rewrite their economic system and do that, and solve cancer, and just about it all. Just about it all. Really just about it all. And anyways, the subject ability, well, cancer is treated by oxytocin and opium. That means side are constitutive resistant or nitrous oxide with the delivered oxygen and concentrated calcium. So anyways, the reflective ability, and then for that COVID stuff, all you do is do that vaccine or make alcohol of it, and all you do when they get sick, you just put them in that IV needle thing, and that bag you should put them through. I think that's probably the vaccine. Put turn it into alcohol, whatever comes from it. Put it in those little water bags to hook people up to when they come in with like a really are really injured or really sick by it, and they should live through it. It's just you should balance out the metabolism. HIV becomes sensitive by character regular methoxide, which is a chemical compound called GC hormone, which is heartily acidity, carrying chromosomes and acetones. So actually, the acid like acid, but like citric acid, but like a drop acid. So it's like a half not like the LSD that you put when HIV conditions when the process is part of the process. Diabetes, cardiac blood pressure, and low grade in opium. So actually, like marijuana with like OCC white blotter with no cocaine with a little barrier, you could actually. But anyways, that's important. That's the gracious. I mentioned the Sahara books of medicine. I call them Sahara books of medicine. So, anyways, the flexibility in this one's ideas of control that even the deal that it mostly is like the redlands is in all over the world. I know, and they're getting more. Right? But it's supposed to be this idea: diner, restaurant, diner, restaurant, diner, restaurant. Some restaurants, some idea, some restaurant diners. So I thought you gotta have like 3 hours in the total extinction before fucking 10, and they still drop it at 36 movie theaters. So it was perfect. And for D and D and for quantum there's a double D and D beating it up. For 0 and 10, 34, 8, 4 from 10. Ways the border structural important period of gestation is the border that's what half part of the movie, which is very decent idea, is to give the election options to the character and watch a charity or really tends to the sense of a dining social cultural organization. And plus, you don't have to just go for dinner. You go for ice cream, you know what I mean? Like Friday every weekend we buy ice cream and shit and watch movies with the family and every TV. Kids, let's watch. And they do the thing at the theater, it just takes about $6 a pop, 18 plus. Other than that, it's all right, man. Give about half $1 and $2.50 popcorn, and then there's all happy. There's a catch. Catch 21, 21, 24, 24, 24, 24. The catch is, I don't know. But anyway, the more important exercise is to breaking format elections certification. So finalization is the permanent continuous structure. I built a hologram projector or principal of one yesterday, day before. I don't know, I brought it again. But anyways, the subject was the theory that the production of lyrical haunts of Green Center are 36. I thought it's 7-foot wide screen, 7 stories high, and the seats are like along the wall straight down. That's what, and then a skyscraper style 30 or 40 movie theaters in a skyscraper going straight up, that's kind of cool. I just thought, I like crazy ideas. I thought, Jubilee, you want to do 50 theaters, huh? All of them in one spot, and we have 50 different cameras and shit. That would give you kind of illusion. That kind of filming. I don't know. I think I can imagine. So then, all that, and the bird theory about the bird passing in the distance, and that like, fine. That's me and my cousins eventually. And then, anyways, and then we'll probably see DI around that red. We're going to Mars, people. We're going to Mars now. Why? Because you all read and figured out that's long age service, so probably figure out before. How do you train for that fallout? y'all guys, yeah, so that guy had faith all along. I knew it. I was just a little coaching. But anyway, I just like paying attention. Well, what's smart? I fucking do some liberal way of execution and shit. I guess 2 guys with your ears closer, and 2 guys and road and shit. And on the wheel. I swear to God, I was already here and well, it's when this happens, we're coming back. Same fucking guys, man. Same fucking guys. But anyways, reference to period performance conduction service the arteries existed in bar precipitated into 4 fast. I work in 40, 21, 21, 40, 60, 69, 77, 77, 75, 80. That's what I thought. Well, that's what I have. That's like super metro. super great pickers. Cherry picker, the strawberry picker, come out of the, now you're looking at robots and shit. Robots pick strawberries from this that way. All of them, we ain't talking shit. Now they're right. White people pick strawberries too, man. Good for them. Oh, shit. No, whatever. That was the least integrated. And predator get 60% of the world. I was guaranteed. No. You don't understand. That was funny. He said, we're going to the cop, man. Get him. Oh, my God. You okay? We cut it out. That's crazy. That's what he said. That's funny. I don't say N-word. I don't like the person. I'm black. We say nigger. It's waiting for me to say that. He's going to get a big trouble this time. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I won't rest him up now, sir. Right back. They didn't catch me slim. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for my aggression. Damn, motherfucker. I can pretty good at that. I catch him slipping. Anyway, when he said nigger in the wrong way, I'll get him. He said racist. He's waiting for me. He's like, I don't know if I was out in the tunnel. They didn't reaching him so hard, whatever. But anyway. Crazy. Crazy. White people here in redlands and shit. Wow. Okay, Yuki gave me that. Oh, hot dogs. So that's all the Britain Prime Pro Pat Timer BNCA Directory Officer for current Florida Acquisition Concerns IDN Secure Compromise Division. We got the first Intel microchip too. Right to the 0.5 organization. I've got Windows 12 with my laptop. There's a point of carbonism specific division SSDs. And we got TRCC1 device standard for organizations application seminar for the ECC BRY WO statutory state bonds and current low gens. When you're in your business spelling, come on down to the good old Sendo Rover. This band is Rover Strover. We come and give you a bond so you're your business falling apart, right? Come back and you pick up some ideas. Get your business right back and lift it up again and get all fixed up and going up again and then make some more money. Anyways, in for literal form of conduction and for series of accidents in proprietary conduct our necessities and defy the reality of conditioning also to put so I had 300% and some stock way out redemption considered a tax reduction period idea I had. It's tax return, right? So we get evidence. You pay stock for your retirement into your tax reduction. Stock and dies even in equity. Dying even odd in odd, get your money back again. If you deliver odd, you just build equity. So yeah, different however, every year and we just taxes. How about this more? Making money on taxes. How about that? Be paying the debt in other countries. Remember I said. So you're old. So you're helping the government pay out its bills. So it's money at the end of the year. Yeah. Permanently. Oh, this is crazy, man. Let's get started somewhere. Anyways, you know, on next page. Whoa. Lions and bears in this place. This is not. Quite. I'll draw it like this: square with the circle, square with the line and a half, and you split those in square with the line, two squares and triangle, half triangle, star, David, and then print half star, super star, David. And the square inside the box, and square outside the box, and becomes one line. That's the projection unit with first hologram ray. I didn't do all the math, but I just showed you. It's the first ray. Yeah, well, I was cutting the corners. But anyways, I feel something about, nothing about, and try to open up and yeah, the stuff sell you haven't stopped rocking people. I mean, nice store, $10 a rock. I don't know where I was making fun of them. Like crazy frenzy, like everybody got to have a salt rock, man. I gotta have a salt rock. Gotta have a salt rock. You ain't salt rock, you ain't spiritual. I don't tell you shit. That's right. They're all in on it. Ooh, big trouble. Anyways, the adjectival compound of an adjective, and I'm going to take an editor and have it edit my writing, and plus writing descriptive editing, revising concepts and rewriting the concept while we're editing it. So it was like pretty wild fucking experience. It was like an editor experience. That's some kind of experience. What like editor experience? Like it was wow. Experience and editor control. We brought in somebody else too. What was that? You're right. New math. We got a researcher and an editor working them both together to solve cancer and causality and then amplitude, culture, and ball conversation. And build and save the world from destruction, hunger, and deceit. So I'm almost done with one page two. So where am I at? I'm right here. So one in part A. I think that most unions touch all the gross they could ever income on the statement of believing that it can ever have failed out with situation. The most evident reproductional system ability can connect the form run ideas considers a factor sense of the video and know how to conduct for identities for the conventional sense of the house. The house is the front of the house, the back of the house, the rear of the house, the interior of the house, and the outer house. So it's actually Forster Handviech Andrew's occurrence of diagram and blood and death. That's what I'm calling blood and death girls. So anyways, the point of that is that the front of the house is the opportunity occurrence. This isn't a debate. How you manage yourself in a full house occupation. So with a full house, occupation. So you have a chore, you have your socialism, your oxycism, your tenon, your grin around talking around the block talking. And you have your actualization, your multiplication, your barriers. You have your eccentricities, deduction, subversion, and monopoly, and support, analysis, arching, yearning, encouraging, and direct. So, perfect reality of most of the intake volume of such an event that it's a central point first the house has 4205874 blocks. Blocks have two circles inside. Blocks have two circles where the block comes out of 1/3, 1/5, and comes out of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So two blocks, one block, four blocks, one block, 5 blocks. So there's 5 blocks coming out of this screen and chart, and the chart comes out 1 second of each and every part. It looks like an end diagonal showing from point A, and it gives you an idea of how you structuralize the front of the house identities, which we would call stereohophancy returns, or egg routes, or something like that. Egg routes. So in the front of that is targeting job will be in front of the house episodes. So that's one big circle of A, B, C. That's the episode front house version, the front house repeat, the comments in the air, and the phantom, the opera we got higher. But anyways, interspecial by art component conditions also and also the techniques and then from the caliber. We use shotgun, putting on woods and the hoods. That's how it's in the room. Coming on. It looks like this. This is pretty on. This is what the diagram looks like for your responsibility. The full chart, yeah, the full chart. Your responsibility is the house, run the house. It kind of looks like that. I know. It shows it all how it works. The management of the front of house deals. See that? That's how it works. That's your job. That's, you know, I'm saying that. That's for the house kind of responsibility. Some of the actual fixed decision is entitlement and the kind of drawing already flow chart. Some of the diaphragm of build a chart, build and rest stations. It's tell me what it looks like, and that's what it kind of looks like. Yes, something like this, something like that, something like this is the front of the house kind of responsibility. Front of the house kind of job, or another job. I'll say something different. That's it. See, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. It just shows you vivid. It shows you see it. You see the whole kind of some idea of the actual thing that it's called from the house. See that? See, that's the part, whatever point zero. The entitlement. So it's almost circles the name of the job, but it's not called job. It's called responsibility. That's the structure. That's what it looks like. It's very see. Anyways. The road of alternate recurrencies and flow of traffic and money management. Money management is overlight and heightened by making double standard chocolate cakes.
Get your torch light back to you.
I got it.
Can I borrow it?
The double chocolate cakes.
Thanks.
Double chocolate cakes. And a new invention.
Cool.
She's candy cakes. Ooh, that's a good one, Frank. I know that's tough. That's that way up there with the good ones and the most imperfect ones. You see candy ice cream cake? Come on now. We'll have those at the restaurant. Look, she's candy ice cream cake. It's like Marie Callender's pie in the reference, chicken pot pie. Everything, spirit of good. That's right. She's candy ice cream cakes. And then so the day goes on. Well, come on, straight along. Come on down, Donnie. All right. Anyways. And a road of opposition and character form a national and antithetical condition that the character releases the adjective statement of known verbs. That's right. Fuck you. That's one. That's a good one. Niggas always good, man. I can't stop saying that. Niggas. But anyways, you said the N word. Oh, shut the fuck up. You know, weird bleep me when I curse. No way now. I'm gonna bleep you. Sorry, I had to throw over a curve. Anyways, the presentation of the condition rolls down. This is an occurrence of flow. The idea of the check. This is the check comes in. The $2 at pipe ends. You pay man zero. The zero will cost adds it up. We're pointing zero in line to cost. Run the check. 10 pitch 0, 0 pen 9 10 N, double N T, double N pay check 11, 11 pay check 12. So it pays off the credit form with credit unit style PCCC direct deposit current flow traffic, money in suggested terms, pays the current for district rate. I'm not just going to give that added reflexed alternate CCCAD strip type requirement for a yield distribution a number case of the price it takes to pay the bill off for the carriage surveillance or to pay for it. That's the idea I have. It's called 000. It actually had zeros in it. It was a pretty decent. We had 2 zeros for it, and you pay for the bill. Yeah, another zero and pay for the bill. You pay for the bill, pay for the bill, pay for the bill, and you use that comps like this wards or that kind of is, but use a card floor, and the wards or kind of this will make give that zero look when I seen it. But I invented it before I seen it. I say this is what I invented. So that's how I went down. They pay in 0.5 card 0 10 10, so the card pay off 0. The 0 is going to run to the stop scary 0, and the price comes out of 4 10 11 17 32. Pays out 2 0 runs out of 0 4 10 0 4 8. It's like a double end head check. So I don't know. This is not a very good dog. This double rims check. Check in places on the zero total, and you only have $400 because you bought 7,000 million pieces of cake. So you go you can get your activity snap, recursion ball, snap, it's record, mint it, run it, slide it, record, and bring it back in. And it's all continuity, reality, guys, celestial formatted and concluded and added to the Darien Devils, the Advocates, Spirit of Love. Anyway, the introduction of some abilities to control all the actions, like the square favor 1, square favor 2, square 3, square 4, square, and then every line stitch rate 0 and come back to no low bar bill 8, just according to the deposit every 0 cents in, but it boom, it adds in distractions by 3%, 0 and back into the cemetery account of open to Z and DZ 0 just like that. That's another idea I got. And all this other stuff. But I have tons of ideas. Anyways, in the road of our creation, the symmetry of design, the control flow of opposition and control, and physical realm of opposition with character. You never got anybody to go and shit. Like you're just so cool. I'm cool. I'm on TV and I'm talking about my business. We just show up and shit. Bullshit. So you put something inside and you're embarrassed of the fucking liquor you try to sell. Huh. One of these guys, tough, huh, aren't they? One important person is D, E, X, X, W, and Y. So the one at the head, the phone by reset, drink, going, don't bullshit. I don't show that you invite. I don't care what you invite me for. I don't like you. See, I told you. You should lie like a little bedroom liar when you come to the liar. 42001. They like me better. I go Frank when Frank is there. I don't go. I don't go. I'm going to do that there. Yeah. Put the sign in front of the district and shit. Say, look that way. And margaritas on sale. I don't care. That's what I think we should do. I think we should do that too, man. That's a perfect idea. One of the million ideas, man. Anyway, for sugar all points and by dark points. Dark points are literally contracts light sentencing. Comps have sentencings. Sentencings act as a current flow of persons and narratives. Narratives are reflected in abilities and comps in the idea of what you're giving to them as for a give a current state of earns of direct state of it coins. So you earn coins. And the comps are paid by cash. So you're earning coins paid by cash, but you're resetting the bot to reflect the intramorals, the circular cells so that ideal to break out the barriers. Okay, so I think that sentencing is part of the process because it synthesizes a narrative designed to reform conclusions. Narrative, discerning comps, measuring formal makes sense to the concept and the delivered action of free ticket. That's a narrative. Or auction straight pivot curve flow of operations within the concepts of the axis 7 and on become offices into the consideration. That's a narrative. You get free tickets. Anyways, it's imperative to be in a sentence because the narrative is the narrative. That's right. You're right. That's it. You're so right. It's a narrative. And for the point of the end of the conclusion, our sentence, which is the aligning factor sentence, but it continues to all the independent growth of its own independent growth. By Theodore wrote that the independent grid has reflected and potentialized the symmetry number of the forerun project's systematity on the project of how to consider its application. The application can consider that as identified it goes and wrote down the pursuit now and has narrative conclusion to subject the appendary said blue card. Blue card is part of the deal of the current sense of composition. Centrifugal positions. That means comps. But anyways, flexibility. Oh, he's getting tough, isn't he? So he's gonna cut his ass and shit. Watch yourself. So, oh great, Darby's what? What? We do that wangle tingle mingle. You know, I'm going for the macaroni. That wasn't my idea. I tell you that much. I pick on your friends. Yeah, I know. Chase quesadillas standard and shit. I love Taco Bell. They must got close. Taco Bell was a good one. And then they talk about like 7 totally different tacos and shit. So I'm not only macaroni, steak salad, steak macaroni. What the fuck is steak macaroni? Oh my God, do we really celebrate macaroni at this orange man in the fucking street? I just thought it would be creative, I guess. What else would it be? Laugh at that shit. No, sorry, shit. You're right. Anyways, roads, infrastructure, growth and entrance structures, and road insurance, Apple, and entrance structure, Amacor sends. I keep them busy for 45 minutes, huh? Yeah, that's pretty good. I just learned about ramble around in circles. I still keep linking in word by word and word by word and so it's just saying that. Yeah, I know that was believe you. Anyways, whatever. But anyways, before I wrote, I sent it to graphics and the narrative begun from the comps our narrative then. Okay, so how do we do that? Strike 1, page 2. That is composite flow tree centric. There's a non-physical action. Strike period, page 1, page 2. Striking over the page, one sentence of the pages are striked. So that means the pages come out from intro road. Road comes out to strike the pair of 9 sevens. Pair 9 sevens is an equal start or pause reaction. Pause is a terminal ability. Again, terminal destruction ability and terminalize a in strike 0.01 page that the page can now in play a real road input of like audio specification, audio inversion frequency to role play a 5 road application descended grow acidity, which is the grow pattern could grow as 9 zeros, 10 zeros, 13 zeros. So we got ideas of zeros and compositions of a private known identity, which is earning dozens of dollars of a recursion cash field. So when you earn dollars in cash field, you're earning credits in the situation of free money every play. So you earn dollars through every play. So we got instructional reflectability and reflexive balancing contact the system earns like place of a composition, which I think in the role comps. Comps restriction to a heart and you're gonna reap rewards. I don't know. Comps. Reward comps. I think in the word something like a real David word out thing about running a sequence and tailored function that would pass down bills and stricken in dollars and roll a charities discount factor, London General Dollar Theater. No, I'm just kidding. 99-cent theater. Yeah, I went to the 99-cent. I went to the dollar. I went to Cat City. I know. I lived in India. I went to the dollar theater. But it's an AMC's the one part. They ain't part picking up AMC's dollar theater. How about that? The movie's still in the movie theater. How do you know? You put it for 10 years. You want that's crazy, huh? They'll move it to the dollar theater and you keep it in the movie for 10 years. That's pretty fair enough to say that it happens that for whatever reason it does. No, I don't think that's ticketed. That's the way into it, but I didn't think so. Well, excuse me. I think he knows everything, don't you think? Oh man, you're not even picking my friends. I'm not picking on them. Let me get lost. Anyway, the rote activation is a real factor sense that the ability to vice search well. Anti-parents is 82 to 85. $1 to $, $3 to $2. Portrait legitimate theoretical sense of a $4.50 with $2.50, $3.50, 5, 6, 7, and the most between the final would be $8. Yeah, $800 whiskey. I mean tequila for $8 a shot. I don't know how much is the original, like 150 and shit. And I think it's fine. I'm okay with that for now. I'm changing. I go, oh, sorry. I keep my first draft. I can't revise it. I'm sorry. You can run and you can do it for yourself. Yeah, I'm already doing something more than you thought you think and shit. You can do it. They out there in the comfortable world. They do shit. Anyway, the road to road our attention is the flexibility of the constant cities, which are convenient structural homogeneous portions, guaranteed factuates, far to remember 7-3 gun to recall with centrists. Centrists act to carry odds in minority, odds of view, odds in A, odds in attendance. Doctorate market precision conferences, doctorate hence. Doctor report reduction mahophysis and monopoly petitions, vargulations, central reads, 7 to 4 operation, question of chemistry, some of dogs and the dogs and the dogs. Santa of dogs, stakes, road, sticks, dogs around, daiquiri, dunnery, and from that point, 0 point half an inch, and yourself with a nice good person working for a dollar 65. And then get yourself a good old fashioned Grey Goose vodka martini for good old fashioned $2.95. So that's how I'm going to do it. I make money some other way. If I just pure shit on an advocate saving or selling patent wars, and I'm going to do that. Or dude, and I know it's called Hydra Free the Federation Ancestors System to reflexes and taking on a new state for your company. It's a whole different kind of company too. You're doing this and you're using all money. Just go back to pay off the state status payment, and the rest of it is that the business is actually a cold race, is a laid down business versus a topical business. So just you just change the business, and you have a new cash flow, and you have tickets that you revenue or sell. So it's just a little switching the companies kind of diagrams, right? Right. Yeah, right on the money. Right on the money. All right. So we got that in the comp reach of 0.5, 65.5%. So 1 part R to 7.4 for function of I and C delivered option to consideration the MRA Jerry Y MU R and M and R and C. That's right. The party. That's not the party. I don't know. Looking through the dark.
Hey guys, hey Larry.
think.
So, my ideas. Don't understand. 800 record stores worldwide. 800,000 worldwide. You don't understand that? I should take all the popular ones and fancy ones and have 600 stores of record companies and go worldwide with it. You can have 800,000 worldwide. You got 400 virtual records, but you only get 5. And every fancy one, anyone that's popular, like warehouse, of course. Any ones that we had before isn't in the name on whatever the triple check would be. Put all those in one big circle and go stay outside the internet. This big mess with real money. So slow. Albums are so slow.
Want some cheese? Cheddar cheese.
Well,
Man.
big one. What is it happen? There's a grocery store and the other empty one across the street. Alpston Legend bars and studio bar grills. Like real studio grill, like studio, I guess you say, but it's a studio grill. It's just a bar. Legend House. That's my idea. And Mark 34 where the the old Oscars is at. I have it all. I have it out. It's like a round bar in the back, bar on the side, and a 3689 booth with the little kind of evidence sitting down for down chair and floor or from plank and then you can go upstairs, take the office out, the grill up there, and next to that we'll have the bar. Got an idea too. Okay, I think. Well, the part EI is led, current likes and personal descendants. Let's current likes and personal descendants. So let's is option order, common serial order. Likes is Arctic, Syrian, Permanent, Rock, Curry, Saw, Cereal. And then one is active through material. So the character like trio is 3 auxiliary formulas bind 1 to bind 3. Artery CL divided by 4 to Mike Erickson Simpson divided by 3. So the question designs to set site so all out of red to set up blue, green, and yellow, orange as pair complementary logic sense of ability. So 10 block verbitum. Verbitum sends a correction, the application of sensory and questions are the quantum representation. So the scenario, which is the macro 10, hardware system demand focus century, which is Hutligan century divided current flow symmetric compensation, Merkle horizon in motion, so it's etheric acid to common restoration and low careful limit T, so it's heart and blood. It'll be the character of DRA, which is condensary flow of trauma ledge. We're looking Daxon is a character in ledge 11. The condition is cosine. They're going to help in ball and much presented by A, B, C. So it's our what says A, B, and how much by the divided 7, 9, 10, IO 10. And then Tessera Tarot volume 4, volume 2, volume 3, which is the characteristic noun of chemical molecules. So that's a variable attention, a variable attention, or a semiharmonics, which is dactyl summary, not permanent four rounds. So the row of practice rolls out some inventorial structures and independent growth to check the full identity and opening it to an open day or to a closed day. We have open suggested theory that the most convenient structure instance volume of the foreign and compared to the less and law and less and cheapest drinks in the town. I should open the cinder door and keep that place pretty lushed up and cool and drunk and packed house. Let's see. Act 34 plus Act 2. Symmetry call all. The symmetry call action is 30 out B and B and A. B. The octave 17 point per natural currency. A. Actual financial actor in B. BAC. The current contract system. So the now correct more style. So action 17 are required, better than 7A, which is our view seeking divided by 1. View divided by 1. And the argument tension divided by 2, which is the character balance symmetry in the London semi fly. So fly is the reflected inertial constant of that idea. The idea is to symmetry and see basis for the entire time. You put RGCY, TWR fly 0, and fly 1010. You have two flies, both of negative overfly, and take the number are geometry constant numbers, which are the enthalpy, fluidity, and infinity numbers, and determine. So the factor GX sum for the A. So that's characters of minus 2, vector and minus by such equations and minus 2 by 3 combined minus minus. Circular arcs and simple vector which will be sent to reset vector and then sent to second by going degree distance starting with 0 calculation, which is RTCC sound by body which is body of 1. So it could actor 7 to very much RTCC body to intensity start to vectorization. Or can be home to attack our variations at the RG, the color the salt, symmetry, file, soundtrack, and body, genetic and the vial of the carotid and stereo of local office stations. Characterological heart and biological hospital zero to relations and the common visualization, which is IDC along the YA, which is equal to 3. So the character vial is the cavity systems that character may happen to have a very well-founded place to have a place. So it could be statistically loaded intense and be at it'd be at 4 times specific to the anesthesia it is now. So it'll stay at a 95% capacity from the day it opens to the day it closes. So row I serve, the row react simple descendant that the drop down is reflex system costume. Costume is referred to the ability to customization that the most important idea is the diamond. Right, look diamond people. Look diamond. The look diamond is an ability to set the 5,500 blue, gold, internet, gold, iron, position, purple, pink, habitary state, and blue, gel, coming in the blue act, carrying diamond, yes, putting in the mind, particular glass, stone, cut, 0.0, IT, and B. Look diamond is an archaeocentric symmetry logic central ability of a deal certain diamonds into large for jewelry store and then rocks and you can possibly make that we can make it all now because I told them they can make it all. There's also one asking is my judgment. It's all critical system ability of conducting the system value centuries. Look diamonds coming into town. So we got cells in our African market development on that. We got extra cells that are training market behind by a condition in our shelf development and our arty and rock holding thing. We don't want to buy a 6-pound diamond and shit, because diamonds you could do for is there kinds of things that you do call personal time with another person. But anyways, it's like you do just magic, which universal energy and it's instant burning. Which actually would change the atmosphere of the cold or break it here and go up and down, whatever kind of trip it's on. So then the form 0, 0, 10, 10, 300, 349. So let me see what I covered. After this, okay, I covered somewhat enough things throughout the whole entire time I've been doing this. I wanted 2 months now, I guess. Anyways, that's that. I did that, and all that. I did okay. I did quite a bit. I think it's probably open. It's just an idea, but okay. Doesn't zero, but also it's uncommon. And then talked covered a lot in the last years. That counts too. Last years, and everything is in suspense. Be very well prepared and well and proper now to say we have paid ourselves and then you make certain have made a lower high income statement, roll to roll cash flow you drop out. Okay. So we're done. Now it's come factor out all things been done up. They're already done up. All done up. All the ideas are done up. So now I gotta get the ideas to falcon themselves in my brain. Falcon themselves. After they design and come in the chemistry of my new chemistry idea, chemical creativity. And since creativity, there's no creativity coming in the position, there's no contradiction of everybody its own, everybody with this creativity. And except right for my evidence to CA, now we're in a whole different page and paragraph way of believing now. Anything you have to find out the mayor whose theater is. Give him the keys. Is it your trick? I'd be assuming from other different to the main sheriff. Do your homework and give the keys to that person. Okay, it's done deal. Give the keys turn over to the mayor.
We come through our places. We come through a lot of things, huh? Francisco,
But
with everything, huh?